Hey there again this Wednesday. Excuse me. So this is literally my third time going live. I don't know if I've ever done 3 lives in one day, but it feels good to, like I said, keep cleaning off my desk behind me with all these projects that I can share with you from past classes, and then get just a good start on the week next week with planning for a lot of projects. I probably have 30 projects at least that I need to plan for the month of September. So the sooner I can do it, the better I feel about being prepared for those events. So and I'm always excited to show those of you online that can't make it to my in-person classes what everybody's up to, including me. So here's a fun card with the Turtley Sweet collection, or Turtley Awesome Sweet collection. And so the fun thing about this is people that came to my class here in my home, they could choose what turtles they wanted to cut out of the cute designer series paper. And with that, everybody's card looked a little bit different. And I will say the ones that cut out the barbecue grill and the griller guy, oh, those were probably my favorite. So I liked it better than my own card. But let me get this turned around here for you so you can see better what I'm up to. Right, do that, and then try and zoom in, but not too much. Whoa, that's such a fine line there. I don't know. Hi there, Donna. Good to see you. Okay, so let's get the light better over here. Here we have Hooray. And as I was putting this together, I just love the turtle with her like spa towel on her head and around her, and like a little drink there, and perfect like for summer and such. And the funny thing is, after I stamped out the Hooray and stuff, because I thought, oh, that's kind of a fun thing, and that comes with the Turtley Awesome stamp set out of that annual catalog right now, I thought, you know, this would actually be a nice, like, maybe get well card too. And they have, it's okay to take it slow. So I did lay that out for people that came to class, as well as like Sweet Friend, and then Hooray and Hope your birthday is totally awesome is kind of how that finished the card for the inside to go with the Hooray and such. But yeah, lots of fun images and lots of fun dies to go along with it. And some of the dies do cut out the turtles on the designer series paper, so I kind of had those ready. But then as I realized I was kind of picking the sheets that had the summer images, then I went, no, these are all kind of cutouts. So besides the spa girl, we have like, oops, this cute guy. This looks like all of my grandkids all summer long because they have a pool and they like to put on their goggles and their swim vests, the younger ones, and just they're in there. They told me they were in there 3 times yesterday, and I believe it. It's been so hot. And then this is the one that I mentioned was probably my favorite, the grill out guy, and then people cut out the grill and like tucked it behind the Hooray because he kind of could be here and there was room for the grill, and I really liked how that came together too. But like I said, when you have 12 by 12 paper and all of these images, you can do a lot with just the designer series paper alone too. And let me kind of clean up my mess. I saved even the smallest things because sometimes it's these little seashells that can be kind of fun. And so we got that. And then the other part that I'm using from the designer series paper is a layer. And this one also has images, kind of music. So there's like beach themed, and then there is like picnic theme, like nature theme, and then there's music theme, like on all the back sides. But I chose to go with the shell, the turtle kind of shell look, and that coordinates really well with the embossing folder, which is Turtle Textures. Yeah, I was like, it's not turtley textured, Turtle Textures. So these two I thought went really well together. So let me kind of put this card together for you. It doesn't do a lot with stamping, but it does a lot with the fun papers too. Let's see. Okay, so the color Shaded Spruce is where we're going to have the card base starting here, opening this way. And then the next layer, I already did the embossing with the I just said it, Turtle Textures embossing folder. And then this color that I opted to go with, I was trying to pull out something that was coordinating with the shaded spruce and also brought in another color. So I did Coastal Cabana for this layer here too. And the measurement for that is, let me look here, double check, 3.75 by 5. So now this is ready to go on my card. And I do take this a little slow with my adhesive when it's a 3D embossing folder like this, just because it's, well, I don't even think this one is 3D, but it has lots of deep grooves. And so I go a little bit slower just so it doesn't pick up the cardstock edges and attach itself and go inside my adhesive. If you know these double-sided tape runners, you know what I mean. Sometimes they will just like lift it up and take some of the like paper weave with it. All right, so I've got that. And now my next measurement, I'm just double checking. Like I said, I love my glass mat for that. This is cut 3 inches by 4 inches. So there, if you're making a whole slew of cards, it's easy to be able to, let's see. Elizabeth, can you show the embossing aging in the camera? Can you show the embossing aging? Do you mean folder? Maybe I will, let's see. If that's what you mean, I will, yeah, here we go. Maybe you mean, no. Oh, okay. So this maybe, hopefully this is right. So this is the embossing folder here. And this is this. So this is a regular embossing folder. Like I said, because it has such nice deep grooves, I was thinking in my mind 3D, because so many of our embossing folders are 3D, but it is a regular one, so it's thinner, so we have to kind of add that extra shim when we put it through the machine. But yes, this is that. So if I'm not answering your question, Elizabeth, please let me know. But this is the Turtle Textures embossing folder. Yes. Okay, great. Thanks for answering. All right. So like I said, I thought this is fun to have like the turtle texture embossing folder matching up with some turtle-y looking shell there on this 3x4 piece of designer series paper. So I've got that, and then I'm just going to attach that to a piece of basic white cardstock that is cut 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. And before I put this on my card, I'm just going to put 2 little strips here of adhesive. I don't know if the camera will show up. So right here and right here, just going to lay that here aside. And now we're going to bring out some fun ribbon. So this ribbon is the bordered ribbon, and it is shaded spruce and soft seafoam. And so I'm going to get my ribbon cutting scissor here, and I just lay that aside because I'm not going to do any bows or anything fancy. I just want it to lay across and then stick into my adhesive there. So now that's there, and I'm ready to just take it and tuck it, and then it'll attach to that adhesive that I have laid down. No, I'm glad when you ask things like that, because I check my camera as I film. I try to, and so then it's like, oh good, somebody's with me. Somebody's actually watching. Okay, so now I have this extra strip here of basic white, and the measurement for that is 1 inch by 3 inch. And so that's where I'm going to take my shaded spruce here, and I'm going to put Hooray on this side here. There's plenty of room, but I want it offset so that I have room for my turtle. And I show you all the different ways that we can cut out fun scenes for that. And before, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all of my adhesive on the bottom. So this is a 1 inch strip, and I just have my adhesive only on the bottom, so I got that 1/2 inch there, and I'll show you why. Oops. Oh, okay, good. I was like, did I get ink on there? I think it was my adhesive stuck to my finger, and it kind of looked a little green. Okay, so now that I'm just going to kind of tuck into my ribbon like so, and because the adhesive's only there, look what I did, guys. I feel like you guys know how to cut things out, so I cut these 3 images out ahead of time so that you didn't have to watch me do that. And you can kind of see, even I'm not perfect. I show my imperfections on purpose So you can see, like, I can't even cut like a round circle. So this kind of came and gave me a little bit of a shaved off edge there, but I'm going to put adhesive on here to kind of tuck it down in there. So that's why having only adhesive on the bottom part of this hooray. Now I can tuck the little beach ball into there, and that's going to be just fine. And actually I'm going to take this dimensional, peel off the top, and then what I'm going to do is stick that behind the top part of the beach ball. So it's tucked in here and it'll stay because I put adhesive there, and then it looks popped up a little bit for kind of a little bit of 3D imagery there. And then I'm going to put some dimensionals on our cute little pool boy here. So this could be easily pool boy Weston, although he wears goggles. He doesn't need, he's a good swimmer. One of my stamping friends, Sandy, actually got to help with him with swimming lessons in Jackson this summer. So that was kind of fun to have her reach out to me and say, hey, I got to be with your grandson. All right, so I'm thinking I'm gonna, you know what, I didn't realize like how wide he's gonna be in comparison like to this one. So I'm like, how am I going to get her on, or him on there? I think I'm gonna actually cover up the exclamation point, because if I go too high to allow the exclamation point to be seen, then the snorkel mask goes way up and over. I guess that wouldn't be bad because it's gonna have room there, but I like keeping it all within this, and nobody's gonna know that they're missing an exclamation point, right? Weston's not gonna know if I give him this card. Okay, so now let me flip this over, and I'm going to put some more dimensionals just in the four corners here. And if you feel like, oh, I don't trust my adhesive for that ribbon to hold it on, you can always just put an extra, what I do, I don't put the dimensional on there. I kind of put it off to the side of it so that it holds the ribbon and such too. So then I'm going to rip all of these extras off and get that ready to put on my card. I don't like to put too many just to pop up the corners like that, because sometimes there's a lot of dimensionals within the scene that I'm building here too. All right, so we've got hooray. Got that. Hello there, Kelly. Oh, this is meant to be. Kelly just popped on. She loves anything like critter, and animal, cutesy little animal things related to Stampin' Up. So, like, this is a good time to be watching. Okay, so now I want to go to the part where I add some fun embellishments, and I love these shades of green hexagons. They're just so fun. I love the see-through. They're like little play tiles. And I'm going to take some of the darker ones because this paper here is a little bit darker. So I'm going to put one there. And originally I thought I might have to, like that little adhesive smudge that I had going on there, I thought, well, I can cover that up with an adhesive, but I really don't have to. I'm going to take a smaller of the darker ones and just kind of put that up here. And then I'm going to take one of these yellow ones that kind of match the floaties and the ball here and put that over there. So I've kind of got three embellishments going. I love how they're like plasticky see-through so that you can add them to your projects and kind of let the color go through and still add a little bit of color to them that way. So I think that looks adorable. Like I said, the sky is the limit as far as just taking some paper, even if it's some of our 6x6 designer series paper that comes in like subtles, regals, and the brights and all of that, or even some of our in colors, and just taking a pattern and building this. So think of the layout, and I'm always trying to help you along with that. And I have one person that says, oh, I just love following your layouts. And so just think of different paper possibly, and then just taking some of these cute turtle images from that designer series paper and cut them out, and you can make all sorts of things. So very similar, but yet very different. Like this one, just the coloring looks very subtle, and this one has a lot more brightness to it. So, oh, thanks, Kelly. Kelly says they're totally cute. Yeah. Okay, now for the inside, I'm just taking my standard 4x5 1/4 piece of basic white, and I'm not going to do a lot with that. And inking that up again in shaded spruce. Hope your birthday is totally awesome. And what I did is I cut out one of these sand castles. And Weston told me that he tried to make a sand castle last week at the beach, at the lake. And it was either one time too wet, too dry. So I thought, okay, let's put a sand castle. Kids like sand castles. So how fun to put that down in there too. So all you have to do is just take and put some adhesive on there. Elizabeth says, gonna have to order this now. Sadly, yes, I love it. Okay, and I'm kind of glad to hear that, because other people might be like, Belle, this is like the 5th or 6th video you've done with these turtles doing different things and all the different papers and such. But each time they have turned out a little bit different, and I'm still having so much fun. And what I love is that the paper all coordinates, even though we have different looking cards that come out of it. And like I said, I love these shades of green embellishments just because they add so much to the projects, and I love the different shape of them. And they're nice and flat for mailing. I think that's always the #1 concern or question that people have too. So, so hopefully you enjoyed that. Hello there, Joyce. And then this was like the original. And so, like I said, I like to show both and do something different when I can, so you can see some different options. So, yeah. Oops. Let's see. Let me get my camera turned around. So, yeah. So if you haven't joined in earlier, today is my 3rd video of the day. So you can go back and watch the other 2. And just before I went live, I went for this last one. I thought I still need to pick my green beans out of my garden because I'm going to be gone Thursday, Friday, Saturday at that retreat in Wyndham. And I went, yeah, my green beans will keep growing whether I want them to stop or not. So I need to do that quick, and then I'll post a picture of these still shots of these cards. And yeah, if you're in the Wyndham area and want to just stop in at the ALC Church Thursday afternoon, Friday, Saturday, I'll be there with my little pop-up shop. If you want to shop for designer series papers or 12x12 cardstocks or retired items that I will have there, yeah, even give me a text if you want to make sure that you're getting the timing right for when I'm there. You can let me know that too. So if you're in the Wyndham area or want to make a drive over, that would be great to see you. So take care, and I kind of want to say have a good weekend, because I won't be back live until maybe next week sometime. So, and even if I don't come back next week, I'm doing fine. I'll have my granddaughter for most of the days, so I never know how much time will be my own or how much energy I'll have at the end of the day. So, all right, take care. See you later. Bye-bye.